Greetings, my fellow Airsoft nerds. I'm James Shahan. I'm one of the owners of Combat Zone. You've probably seen me a couple times around. I'm Bearded James. So there's Sexy James, which you see all the time, and there's Bearded James, and I don't get a whole lot of chances to come up north. I am the one that is writing up the three major field level Airsoft events that we're going to be doing every year. Now, what I'm talking about here is separate than whatever Sexy James wants to do for Fatal. So this is field level. I'm trying to write each event so that it is fairly significantly different than the other. So I'm changing up uniform regs, allowable equipment, missions, the objective, the theme, game mechanics, and stuff like that. So here's what we got coming up for, hopefully, every year. We have Yellow Rocks, which is a one-day event. This year in 2023, it's scheduled for the 15th of April. Going forward, that will probably be the Saturday that we always have this event, pending any weird schedule changes or anything like that. We're always going to try and have it the same time every year. The main theme for this event is like a big corporate takeover of a small town, and the local militia just ain't having that mess no more. The two factions are the Blackberry Mining Corporation versus the Feather River Militia. Both factions have completely separate objectives. So the BBMC has to take and hold 3 of their gold mines, and they also have like some mobile respawns. They have some logistics moving missions they're going to have to do. The FRM, the militia, has to make moonshine. So the militia never has to go to the 3 gold mines. It has nothing to do with how they score points, basically. But the FRM does not get mobile respawns. The uniform regulations are a lot more relaxed. If you're the Feather River Militia, you can wear civilian clothing, you can wear hunting camo, there's a bootlegger class, so you could wear like flannels, and that's who's gonna escort the finished moonshine back to the base to get paid, basically. So Yellow Rocks has a character class and a more relaxed uniform regulation. BBMC is still like military tactical. So if you're the BBMC, you still have to wear like a combat top or a military blouse or some sort of law enforcement shirt if you become a revenue or stuff like that. Siege of Avalon is the one I am the most excited for. It's the only 2-day event we're going to run. It's going to be on the 30th of September. It's more of like a medieval style than like a milsim or like any modern light infantry style event. It's silly. You've got the Screaming Eagles, which is the sort of the army of the Royal Avalonian family, and then the Sigma 6, which is like the rebel group. So like they're the terrorists if you're a part of like the Avalonian government. The Sigma 6 is terrorists, but if you're a Sigma 6 member, you're like, no, we're tired of being oppressed, charge! Both factions on this one are probably going to have very similar objectives. This is the only event where we're going to have an NPC class called the Underminers, and they're sort of like, kind of like mercenaries. You could basically pay for them to do whatever they want as long as you negotiate the right price. So if you want them to go find an objective for you, or if you want intel from them, or if you want to pay them just to help you fight a battle, if you got enough gold, the Underminers are for hire. The Underminers will be handpicked by staff. So you can't sign up as an Underminer. You have to basically get pre-approved. Right now, the only game mechanic I'm looking at incorporating, we're calling it Dragon's Breath. So it's pretty much a poison gas represented by an Enola Gay smoke grenade, probably a red one since red is an admin color for us. So the commander's going to call in the location they want. The admin's going to drop a big old Enola Gay smoke, so probably like an 18X. And if that smoke touches you and you're on the opposing team, you have a strangling death kind of a thing, and then you just go respawn as normal. So for Dragon's Breath, you don't get tourniquet, you just go straight back to respawn. Downed players are searchable, and you can also take them to the dungeon. And I'm trying to figure out how we can put players in the stocks and like film silly videos with them. So I'm trying to do some really fun stuff because this is a 2-day event. Siege of Avalon will be the only 2-day event they do, so it's like every creative brain cell I have trying to convince players that this is worth 2 days of it's worth their Saturday and their Sunday. Siege of Avalon is our only 2-day event we're going to do. We're going to run this most likely on the 30th of September unless something weird comes up. OP Homefront, the big popular one. We're doing this one on the 18th of November, which is the Saturday before Thanksgiving, because in the survey we had, that was the most requested date. We're going to keep Homefront as a one-day event. It's going to be the 1st Infantry Regiment versus the 345th PPD, so basically the Americans versus the Russians. It's a much stricter equipment rules, and it has much stricter uniform regulations. So it is strictly military, tactical style clothing, no civilian at all. You don't like that, this ain't for you. No high caps, no HPA pistol mag adapters like the monks and the primary adapters. Strictly like tactical, modern, military style event. Factions will still have a similar 3 capture point objective, but we're also going to be throwing in a lot more side missions. So I'm trying to write up, assuming I can get the equipment, a tank buster style mission, pilot down rescues, kill cards. So if you're a commander or a platoon leader, there's bounty on your head. So I'm going to write up kill cards, kind of like what they have in Milsim West. I'm a big Milsim West fan, so that's kind of what I'm doing for that. And I'm still working on some other like missions and game mechanics and stuff like that. So one of the other game mechanics I'm writing up right now is a mortar pit. So you will have to carry your mortar equipment that we're going to make, and it's not going to be light. You have to carry it to your mortar pit after you've captured it, and there's only going to be one mortar pit. So first you have to fight and control the space, bring up your mortar equipment, set it up, and then players are going to have to call for fire in a very 10-level airsofter friendly call for fire. I think it's a 6 line that we're doing, but we're not going to have to do like direction, elevation, all that. It's going to be a much simpler version so that basically teenagers can do it. And that's it. Those are the 3 Airsoft events that we're going to have every year. If you have any questions, hit me up in the Discord, Instagram, Facebook, put it in the comments. I'm around. I do stuff.